Alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. I know you guys have not seen this truck in quite a while, and that is why we are back at it. So I'm actually taking the truck for a little joyride right now. As you all probably know, this truck has not been on the channel a whole lot lately, and I do apologize for not really having a lot of content in the past few months. We gotta talk, guys. We got some big stuff that's come up, and basically I acquired an LS engine. And with the LS engine that I have acquired, I've been doing some serious thinking. And, you know, I've been thinking about, do I want to put this in a muscle truck? Do I want to put it in here? What am I going to do with this thing? And I have come to a decision. And the decision is to put it in this truck. So we're riding in the truck that is about to be an LS truck. So this truck is going to have a 5.3 with like a heads cam setup and a T56. We are bringing this truck back, and it is going to get crazy, guys. It's going to be insane what we're about to do. So as we had talked about, this truck, you know, undergoing an LS swap is going to be a lot. And you know, what we're going to discuss in this video is all the things that we're about to change and what all is going to be involved, and where I've been and where the muscle truck's been. And I know it's been a while, guys. We need to catch up. It's been too long. This little truck drives and rides so good. I kind of forgot what it was like. Oh yeah. But yeah, guys, this old truck is just a blast. It shifts so good. A little 2.8 V6. Got flat spots on the tires. I'm hopping around. That's how long it's been since I've had this truck out. You guys have not seen it on the channel at all. And I apologize for no uploads. Alright guys, I know I have a lot of explaining to do, and that's kind of what I'm going to do here before we actually get into what this video is about, which was doing the undercoat and the wheels and tires. But basically what I wanted to cover with you guys today is kind of the future for this truck, where it's been and where we're going with it. And so, you know, the wheels are black now, as you guys can tell. I'm gonna actually cover that in the latter part of this video, but I just wanted to kind of interrupt here and give you guys an update, because it has been a while. You all have not seen this thing in a while, and it's for good reasons. But there's been a lot of changes. And, you know, the muscle truck, trying to finish it up. I've still got tons of stuff coming for it, but, you know, we decided to go a different route with this truck. You know, the idea originally was to do a daily driver, just kind of leave it alone sort of thing, and I've decided I'm just going to daily drive the S10 and just have fun with this. So, in the past month, there's been a lot of stuff happen, and some personal things have happened here, and basically, we've had a really busy month, okay, and we've been traveling a lot. We haven't been around. So we kind of acquired something else that I want to show you guys. And basically, we now have ourselves a 5.3. Okay? So this is a LM7 5.3 from a 2000 Silverado. The truck has 74,000 miles on it, and it is a one-owner truck. So we know where it's been. We know how it's treated. It's fantastic. So basically what you're looking at is the heart of this truck. That's right. We're going to LS swap the S10. I've talked about it for years, you guys. I've kind of been spoiling around and hitting it. And then I even kind of tossed around the idea of putting it in the gray truck. Just really brief. I know some of you guys are familiar with this truck. Some of you guys are not. This truck is a 93 S10. It has a 2.8 V6 with a 5-speed. Now, we have done a lot of work to the inside. It has bucket seats and a console. Grand steering wheel, added the nice little tack in there. It's got an Alpine deck, and also went ahead and added a kicker sub. It's got a 10-inch in it, slim sub box, and a Class D 500 watt Alpine amp. So inside, this truck is in really nice shape. It's almost perfect. You never see dashes like that in these trucks. All these trucks are almost completely rotted away, killed, or just turned into a drag truck. There's hardly any of them that actually look like this now and are in this kind of condition. Okay, so I'm kind of leaving some details out, but if you guys go back in earlier videos of this truck, you'll know that it obviously has been restored. It's been painted. It's been lowered. It's got a DJM 4.3 drop on it. Got blocks in the back, 3-inch drop blocks, and a spindle and a spring up front to give it a 4-inch drop up front. I wanted the rake. That's just how I wanted this truck to look. It does have like a bed liner in the back. Of course, it's been beat on a little bit, carrying some stuff back and forth, so it does have a few minor places where it's chipping. I will go over that. We will fix it. Roll pin on the back. I'm going to pop the hood and just kind of show you guys. I mean, it's pretty much stock. Now, this truck is a 2.8. Factory AC and everything's still hooked up, R12. It actually still tries to blow cold air with the factory AC stuff on it. A little bit of a surprise. I've kept this engine bay neat, unlike the muscle truck. If you guys know, in pictures and stuff, it looks great. Maybe it's just me. I feel like I could have done a little better. I feel like some of the wiring is a little bit janky in that thing. I probably could go back, and we will go back and do some stuff with the muscle truck. It's not over. And that's one thing on this, the lessons learned on the muscle truck. I love the way the thing's set up, but I just want to do a little bit neater with this one. So the wiring on this engine, it's, you know, all stock. And the only thing I've done here that's pretty obvious is just an air intake. You know, I just didn't like the factory air cleaner, so I ran this little Spectra intake over here and to the factory location. Now this intake, you can get this off the shelf at like any advanced store, and the hat on it, basically it'll fit a carburetor. You know, you can fit it on any 4150 series Holley carb. If you look it up on Summit, you'll get all the stuff for it. And then I just bought a elbow and ran it to the side. I have a generic filter on the end of it that came with the kit. Optima red top in it that's like, I don't know, 10 years old. These things are awesome. It's lasted forever. So inside, you know, underneath the engine bay and everything, it's pretty much stock and, you know, nothing extremely wild. And if you go back on some of my other videos, you'll know that we added a sort of a knockoff Flowmaster. It's called a Wicked Flow muffler. And that's actually worked out pretty well for me. It's just, this exhaust, as you can see, is dumped. It goes right over the rear axle, and then it dumps. So I wanted to keep it really simple. So the idea behind this build, you know, the muscle truck is exactly what it sounds like, you know. Big fat tires in the back, skinnies up front, the drag look going on. This thing is sort of just subtle. Nothing crazy. Basic rallies, matte black, you know, normal suspension. I'm going to open this door though and just kind of show you guys this interior, because this is the part of me that I love about this truck, is how nicely done the interior is. I had these seats redone. They're from a Blazer. They're power. The console is from a Blazer. I did a vinyl and fabric paint on it, which holds up surprisingly pretty good. Cut the hole for the shifter. You know, worked out pretty good. Loy's mats in here. You can get them pretty much with whatever you want on them. I just chose SS because why not? And the dash, man, it's in really good shape. So, backstory, this truck had 53,000 miles on it when I got it. And basically I just decided to kind of make a little bit of a build out of it. I mean, even the doors, like the handles, they're really tight. It pulls like new. And it just shuts like new. Like, I gotta love it. So, you know, this truck was bought with very low miles on it. There's nothing here has been ragged out. I'm the third owner. First and second owners. First owner was some older gentleman. Second owner bought it to flip it. He was an older gentleman, and you know, he might have put 5,000 miles on it. So it was sitting in the barn pretty much all its life. And it was, obviously the paint was kind of killed, so I did paint the truck. I had a guy here local. If you go back, you can see all the details on this thing and follow this build, because it kind of started as, you know, sort of redoing a restoration. The first few videos I put out, you guys will know that it was white and it looked pretty good in videos, but if you get up close and you did see a lot of problems. I daily drove the truck after it was painted for years, and it got beat on and it looked rough and the cab corners were gone, and I went back and now they're like new. So the paint is, I'll give it like an 8 out of 10, because nobody's perfect, but it ain't a 9. But you go looking up close, you might find something, but just walking around it, man, it's, for what it is, it's a great paint job. So that's just a little backstory on this truck, where we've been at to this point, because I know a lot of you guys watching this, you know, I've looked at a lot of the statistics, and most of you guys that watch this channel are visiting for the first time. So, like I said, if this is your first time, be sure, subscribe, go back, check out all the stuff on this thing. You know, follow the backstory on it, because it's going to get pretty awesome. You know, we do this 5.3 in a 6-speed swap. We're going to do a rear end, you know, 8.5. I've got, the gears are coming out of this thing more than likely, because we're going to salvage the 373 from the truck to put in here, and the 342s from here are coming to here. I'm fine with the 342. It's a perfect gear for the street. I'll have nothing against it, because I'm going to have a manual, and this car is a automatic. It's got a 700 R4 that's getting ready to go in it. Corvette servo and everything in it, so it should shift a little faster. So yeah, this is a whole nother build, but I'll have more details on this thing. You're just gonna have to follow the channel and subscribe, guys. So it's just a quick update. Wanted to let you guys know what's going on, and you know, we're gonna get back to the normal video. All right, guys. So tearing down the S10 here, getting the old rallies off. You can see how bad I've neglected to do anything with this since it was painted. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish undercoating everything. Maybe try to scrape some of the old off. You can see there it's looking a little rough. So may sand some of that down. Kind of inspecting it, make sure it's not rust, which I don't think it is, because this truck didn't really see a lot of salt. Did have a little bit of rust in the cab corners, but I did get that cleared up when it was painted. So we're gonna pull these off. We're gonna paint them, mask everything off. We're probably gonna do the fenders first. We're gonna jump to the back. I'm working outside today because there is a lot of vehicles inside the shop today. So we're gonna be out here today. So most of these rallies use just like a 3/4 standard lug nut, no big deal. It's getting like 23 miles to the gallon too, so it's kind of tempting to just leave it alone, but you know. So I'm gonna set the camera down for a second. We're gonna prep this thing and throw some paint on it. Let's see how bad the back of this wheel looks first though. Since you never cleaned it. Oh my God, that's so bad. Okay, good thing it's a rally and it doesn't matter. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna pull the other side off and start painting. All right, boys, so we got everything painted up here, looking a whole lot better. I masked everything off, so hopefully that won't cause any drama with the paint, and then everything looks pretty good here. Used the Rust-Oleum on everything. Just kind of cleaning it up a little bit, you know, nothing crazy here, just wanted to give it a nice look when you look down the sides. Now you can really see how bad the back is. We got to do something there, so we're going to take care of that next. I'm letting the front dry now. Kind of scrubbed it down a little bit, soap and water, trying to get some of the stuff off. Cleaned up pretty nice. Of course, it's not perfect, but you know, this is just kind of a shop truck build, so you know, we're not trying to go full-blown SEMA, but it looks nice for a street truck, you know, from a distance, looking at it from right here. It all matches, it's nice and neat. That's kind of what we're after. So now we're gonna do these rallies here in a few minutes. I gotta get the back up now, put the front. Gonna get some jack stands, throw it under the rear, and we're gonna do the rear, get everything squared away there. Probably gonna paint the rear end too. And we might actually get rid of these ugly yellow shocks. They're not really the most prettiest thing to look at, so I think we're gonna take care of these ugly yellow shocks today too. We're gonna paint them black, possibly, so we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, so I've been working out here for a little bit, cleaning some things up. Got the drums painted, did the inside of the fenders here. They're looking a lot better. Just letting everything dry real good. Even did the shocks. I know you guys probably didn't like that yellow on there. It looked awful. Couldn't really stand it. So I went ahead and did the shocks, did the leafs, painted the diff. Did quite a lot today. Got this side done also. Looks a whole lot better. You can see there. Much better. I don't know how lighting may be, but shocks are now black. Leafs look good. So, of course, the good thing is when you're running a 275/60 on an S10, it's so huge that literally you can't hardly see any of this work, but it's just something to appreciate when you go under the truck and you see that everything's painted and it's nice and neat. You know, it just makes you realize that somebody took the time to actually paint the underside of the truck, or you know, at least paint the inner fenders and the frame rail, and you know, things that are exposed that you normally see. It's pretty obvious. So I got these rallies off, and now I think I'm gonna wipe around here and get ready to lay some plasti dip on them. I'm gonna actually do them a sort of a black color, and I've actually got a little bit of glossifier I'm gonna put on them. And the whole idea behind this is just basically to have like just a economical wheel to run on the street that you don't really have to worry about, that's black and it's simple. So that's kind of what I'm doing for now, because later on, if we start making some power or doing something cool with the truck, may end up doing, you know, like race stars, something a little more serious in the future. You know, kind of like the gray truck, how it has race stars on it. Of course, this truck, I really like this setup too. So I may end up going back to like 20s, maybe even some Z06 wheels. I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of down for whatever at this particular moment. But, you know, at the time I run across these at the rod run down in Pigeon Forge, and guy sold them at a good cost. They're brand new, literally nothing wrong with them. So I couldn't pass them up. So I'm going to lay some color on them. They're primered right now, you know, just sort of this silver color, and it's okay. I just feel like it's kind of boring, you know. White truck with primer gray wheels, I don't know. It just kind of seemed a little boring to me. So let's throw some color on these bad boys, see what they look like, snap the centers in. We're going to put everything back together and set it down. All right, guys, just taking the tape off, looking at how much better everything looks. Oh man, it really needed that. Looks so much better back in there now that it's black and it matches. I don't know if the camera's going to do it justice for how much better it's going to look. Start stripping this off. Usually your paint job is only as good as the tape job that you do. So I did a pretty good job taping these up, keeping the paint off of the parts I didn't want paint on, which you could see. Oh, so satisfying. Going around. I broke it in half right here. But I always try to, when I do this, I've done this several times, but I always try to go, you know, a little bit over the lip too, and all these extra little places in between. It just gives it a real nice contrast between the inner fender and the body when you do that. Same way back here. You know, I was really careful where I taped everything, and it makes a huge difference. You take your time and tape something off. It might cost you a little bit of money to use the tape, but it's about the only way to do it and do it properly. So the other thing I did is I got these wheels dipped. I gotta say, they're not bad in black, boys, not bad at all. So the other thing I did is I picked up some glossifier. I'm gonna grab that can and show you guys what glossifier is. It's a fade buster, so it's a UV protectant, and it gives it sort of a shiny look. So instead of just the matte look, we went with the glossifier this go around, and it should look a little better in gloss. I was kind of mixed emotions on it last time when it was you know, just a solid black color, but I feel like the gloss will definitely make things look a lot better. So everything's pretty well dry, but I'm gonna let these wheels go a little bit longer. I put, as far as coats, I did use basically a whole can on all fours and then half of another can. So I went super heavy. And you can see the glossifier actually works pretty good, guys. I'm a little bit impressed. It's got sort of a, it looks like it's still wet, but it's not. Like, I sprayed this like 20 minutes ago and it still looks wet. So that's pretty cool. You know, these are gonna have a glossy look to them versus before when I had more of a just matte black look, which is not a bad look, but for what I'm going with here, sort of the classy look, that's what we're after, is going with something a little bit cleaner. So center caps should look pretty good. I might take one and just ease it down on there and just sort of give you guys an idea. Oh, that's gonna look good. That's gonna look good. So I'm gonna give this a few minutes and we're gonna throw these on, show you guys the final product. So I do want to thank you all for watching, and if you haven't done it already, like I said earlier, subscribe, watch all the other content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully we'll be doing some cool stuff. So thanks again.